How's it going, folks? Well, it's definitely getting to be fall. It's only like 4:45 here in Northeast Oregon, and I have to have this obnoxious light on because my big old windows don't let in enough light for you to see what's going on here. So today, this is just going to be a quick little video. Oh, I thought my jar was broke, but it's a water line. A quick little video showing you how to make sumac berry, like Staghorn Sumac, infused honey. And I know you probably just had a heart attack because you're like, poisonous sumac. Oh my god. So sumac trees and sumac bushes are two completely different things. And if you make the mistake of misidentifying these two plants, this shit was done on purpose. I'm just going to put that out there because poisonous sumac is a low-growing plant that gets little white berries on it. Staghorn sumac is a tall-growing, almost tree. She gets up to 8 feet tall. She's used ornamentally a lot. And she gets these clusters that look like a horn that are covered in red, almost fuzzy berries. If you take one of these berries and you pop it in your mouth, whew, see that look on my face? That's because she's covered in basically vitamin C, ascorbic acid. And that is what we are after. I did not fake that look. And that is why she pairs with honey so well. So I've already gone through the painstaking task of getting all of these berries off of the sumac here. And so basically all you do is roll your fingers and you're thinking, oh, those look dry. Are they dry? No, these are freshly gathered. These berries never really go juicy. And so you're just going to roll off these little sumac berries. And odds are good, if you searched for this video about, if you search for a video about sumac, you have already properly identified sumac in your area. There are different varieties than staghorn. Most of them have the same properties. And again, this is not in any way, shape, or form related to poison sumac. Definitely check out the Latin name below in the description to see the difference between this one and the poisonous variety. But again, they're not even in the same family, not even the same genus, nothing. Genus. I'm so smart I can't say that word right. Anyhow, so I'm just kind of just smash it a little bit and then the little berries fall off. And so all those berries, again, are covered in ascorbic acid, vitamin C. And that's, my nose has been itching all day. That's the main thing that we are after here. Now, she does have, like, medicinal property-wise, go away, spider. Medicinal property-wise, she does have the ability to, like, lower blood sugar. She's a natural diuretic. She'll make you piss again a little bit. Meaning diuretic means that you go pee more often. Pushes the water through your kidneys, basically. She's got some antimicrobial, even some studies say she's, like, anti-malarial, which means, like, malaria, you know? We don't really have to worry about that here much in the States. But she's got, you know, antiviral, antioxidants, so she's good for your heart health, anti-inflammatory. But if I'm being honest here, there are other plants that have more of those properties that are easier to process and access. But for her, I'm after her vitamin C. Meaning I don't believe in taking supplements. You couldn't pay me to take a vitamin C pill. I believe in getting, I forgot my funnel. I always forget something, right? So I'm going to be shoveling these in there. I believe in getting my minerals and nutrients from whole, safe, simple, like food or like a medicine. So basically, when I want a good dose of vitamin C, let's see if I can be brave enough to do it this way. When I want a good dose of vitamin C, I'm going to take a spoonful of this honey in a little bit of warm water, and I'm just going to drink some sumac tea. Some staghorn sumac tea, and I'm going to get a lot of naturally occurring vitamin C that my body will know how to use. Because that's a problem when we take supplements. Our body doesn't really know what to do with it. And if you're low in other supplements, you know, in other minerals and such, and vitamins, your body might not even be able to process what you're giving it. So that was as simple as going out and gathering up, you know, I don't know, 10 or 15 sumac tops. Usually with when we're making a tincture, I tell you to fill it all the way to the top, or find a jar that you can fill completely. But we're making a honey infusion here. There's no liquor involved, and even though these berries are small and don't have a whole lot of water content, I don't put a whole lot in there because I don't want them to ferment. In this particular instance, I'm not looking to ferment it, and there's a lot of ascorbic acid powder floating around on that, so I don't need to fill the jar all the way up. Now I'm going to take my raw honey and I'm going to make a big old mess probably. Like my grandma always says, flour and honey go everywhere. But we'll see. And then I'm just going to pour this on top. Now, if I would have been actually planning to make this video and not just been like, oh, I'm making this, I can show people how to make it, I would have warmed this honey up some. Even though it's pouring just fine, I would have warmed it up some so it sank through the berries easier. Look at that. I didn't make a whole lot of mess at all. So, I've just filled it up with honey. Oh, it's so sour because I was processing the berries by hand. So, you're just going to fill it up with honey. You're going to cap it, and you're going to let it sit in a warm, dark place for about 6 to 8 weeks. Let it sit longer than that. I can never get these lids on. I'm like lid illiterate when it comes to like screwing caps onto things. I swear to God. And you're just going to let those berries infuse into the honey, and you're going to let that honey, which does have natural extracting properties, pull out that vitamin C content. Now, if I would have been prepared for this video, I could have had a butter knife or something in here, or warmed up the honey, and then that'll get down in there. But you know, it'll work down in over a day or so anyways, and then about once every 2 or 3 days I'm just gonna flip the jar once that's actually, you know, blended in, and it'll make the berries rise back up and flip them back over, and that way it just keeps everything nice and coated. It's going to turn a pretty deep red color on you as it pulls out that ascorbic acid. And then again, you can just take a teaspoon of this or whatever, and you can put it right into a cup of warm water and have yourself an instant dose of vitamin C. And she's pretty good for sore throats too because of the honey. You can use it in cooking. Sumac is a pretty traditional spice in a lot of different cultures around the world. You know, like you can get these berries and you can grind them into a powder. I think a lot of East Indian culture uses it quite a lot. Quite a few different areas. I'm sure all over the world, wherever sumac grows, somebody's culture has found a way to use it as food. You know, like you can make sumac lemonade. Hey, you could make this and have it ready and use this to sweeten the sumac lemonade you make. That's an idea, huh? But anyhow, I know I usually have a meeting these plants in the wild video to accompany, but I just didn't get a chance to make a video of that today, so I figured at the very least I'd show you how to make the video of making the infused honey. So the next thing you're going to do is label it, and I make my own labels. Normally I have these printed out on Avery sheets, but I can't find them. I didn't look very hard, and this is already printed out on like some packing label slips. So it's a sticker sheet. So I'm going to mark on there that it's honey, the date that I began it, what's in it. I guess I should write berries all the way. Where I got it from. And this is important because you want to know what you've made, when you've made it, and what you've got. You know, this one, it's just like a tincture. It's going to sit for 6 to 8 weeks, but you don't have to get as complicated with your labels. You could just use a piece of masking tape or a piece of duct tape. But, you know, you get to making all these medicines. It's real easy to forget what you're making and when you started it. And you could write on the label with like a Sharpie marker, but that stuff tends to smudge. And then, you know, it's kind of hard to get it off all the way. And then, I don't know, just use a label. And then when you're done, you're just going to strain this out. You don't have to strain it out. It won't be the end of the world if you just take off from it as you make it. But generally, you can just take this, get your jar of honey warm. That way it strains real easy, and then strain it through like a mesh strainer. Don't try to use cheesecloth. That's just a nightmare waiting to happen. Use a metal strainer with a real small holes in it, and then just use as needed. So that is how you make Staghorn Sumac infused honey, and you're definitely smart enough to do this on your own, okay? So if you like my videos, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the little bell below here where you're watching right now. There's a little bell on the right hand side. That will help you know when I upload more videos. Keep you from missing out, because sometimes I take breaks. These videos are definitely sporadic. And then make sure to like and comment. That lets me know that you're here with me. It gets good conversation going. We can learn more in the comment section. And then it helps other people find me, because the algorithm says, hey, her videos are worth enough showing to other people, because people are having conversation underneath. And then come find me on Instagram, come find me on my website, come interact with me. I definitely talk back. So you can find all that stuff by following the links in my bio here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye.